Hello again, forum friends. Here we are back with our Blue Jay, and we're going to do an edit here where we will remove the background and replace it with a nice sky. So let's get started. I'm going to use the freehand selection tool and just very quickly remove rather crudely and quickly as much background as it will allow. And we'll just tap the delete key and it goes away. I've got a bit of a problem here. I'm going to have to, no, it won't. There we go. There we go. So select, deselect, and we'll try that again with the select tool. It's still in there. So let's come along this branch here and take as much of this out as we want to. And I'm going to leave those little whiskers in there, and you'll see later as we come to clean things up how I'll deal with that issue. Okay, and we'll tap delete again, and again we select, deselect. We'll come around here and do more selection. Okay, and another, I'll show you a shortcut. A keyboard shortcut would be Control D to get, well, after I get rid of that. We delete that, and then we do a Control D, which is deselect, and we get rid of the marching ants. So there we have a lot of the background taken out. Now I'm going to work with the background tool. So let's get in tight and give us a appropriate amount of real estate, and we'll start taking out this fringe. I'm gonna start right in here on this crest, and we'll go to the eraser tool. Whoops, that's not it. We'll go to the eraser tool, and we'll pick the background eraser tool, and let's see. Now we have to select our tolerance, and I recommend selecting at 10. You can go anywhere you want, but I want 10, so that's what we'll use. And tolerance is 10. Sample continuously or contiguously. I'm going to sample also sample continuously. So as I'm clicking the mouse, I'm picking up that background color, and that's what it's going to take off. So watch what happens. You can see we got a line between so here's what the, now that'll be a slightly different color. I subtract here, and you can see how nicely that cleans things up. And we can continue to see we've got a different color over here, so we can just move through the image, and it'll keep sampling. Oops, so we can undo that. Now, a good point here, when you make mistakes and you correct them, if you've gone too far, you're trying to do too much, then it means you've got that much more to do again. If you make a small mistake at the end, it's going to replace all that again, and then you're going to have to take it out again. So it's better to do things in small bites. Take that sample and move over here, take that sample, move over here, take that sample, move over here. And one thing I'm seeing here, something I'm not particularly happy with, is the pixelation. You can see a lot of it That's what we call the jaggies. Now, if I take the erasing brush, the regular eraser, um, I can change the tolerance uh, so that it's not nearly as hard. And you can see as I take that off, you see the feathered edge. And as we come in here, you get a bit of a feathering. Um, so um, I think that's too much. So let's harden the brush a little bit. Let's come up to about here, and you see we're taking off less. See that, and that will kind of soften the edge a little bit. I would actually go higher. I would go there. 80% probably is better, and you can see it'll soften the edge without removing too much of the um, the image that's to be kept. The image that we're actually editing, you can see how that line softens up, and we can come up here and do the same thing. So the takeaway here is, before you start doing this kind of manipulation, cloning, get your brush set properly, get your brush to where you want it, and then you'll get a much cleaner line. Let's take a look at that at full frame. Sticky. Why is this so sticky? I don't understand. See, I'm trying to drag that again, and it's not going. There, look at that. Oh boy. So what I got to do here is a view, and where are we? A view, zoom, and zoom to fit. There we go. Oh. You know, I'm a really keen Affinity supporter, but it does have issues, and it's heartening to know that okay, right bracket key will take us up. It's heartening to know that the administration with Affinity is all over the issue of fixing bugs. So they're very talented programmers are doing a good job, and are very conscientious about getting these fixes, which all goes to their own success. If they succeed in doing this, then they stick around, and we get the benefit. And a little bit of patience and encouragement from the users will go a long way with the staff at Affinity, I think. Okay, so now I'm going to get back into this crest, and I want to retain as much of that detail as I can. So, oops, didn't mean to do that. I need to drag. Okay, so space key lets us drag. Now I'm going to work in this area and show you a few tricks to overcome what the software is not capable of doing. So let's go back in there with the background eraser brush. Okay, take the size down. Left bracket key takes it down. Okay, so sample that, and you can see now it's going to take anything of that color will be removed as we brush around. You can see there. Okay. So maybe we want to even increase the brush size as we do that, since we've already selected. Let's see what we can do. It's pretty crude at this stage, but it's not a one-pass deal. We have to go back in. We have to work a lot of this over. And oh, now you'll see what I mean by taking small steps. See, it's going to bring it. Look at that. See, I went too far. So trying to avoid doing that. Okay, let's take it down a bit. It might work more efficiently. Okay, we'll take this off. And okay, letting go of the mouse key will make a new edit, and oh, edit, undo. It can be frustrating, folks. It can be frustrating, but the devil is in the details, and the more patience you have with these issues, the more success you'll have in making your images look believable. And that's the whole point of these exercises, is to have your audience look at your work and believe it. It all goes towards the wow factor. If the wow factor is not important to you, then your work won't be important to other people. So you really don't have a whole lot of choice. I'm going to take this down again. And I'm at 11 minutes here. I might have to break off and just continue with this to show you where I'm at. And you can see we're picking up a lot of jaggies as we go. And that's, you know, I'm going to come back and fix a lot of these things that you might think I'm just going past and not being very careful. It's just hard to select these areas, and I will fix them with another tool when we come back to it. Again, this is very detailed and difficult to hold on to. Just doesn't want to do a perfect job. As I understand it, there's nothing perfect under the sun anyway, except maybe my granddaughter. Okay, so I want to get more of this out. I'm going to go down on the brush more and see if we can pick up some of this color and break it up a little bit, get this out. Okay. Making things believable is not that easy, believe it or not. But we'll leave that there. And what have I got? 13 minutes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what I'm going to do next is go into the smudge tool. Now I've set the strength at 50% because I was working on this before, and that works for me, and the flow is 100%. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here and soften things, make it believable. And, you know, just soften things up. And that will blend nicely when you can see what's happening there. And I'm going to have to stop in a few seconds. So I'll continue on with this and I'll come back when I'm done. But you can see the process. You can see what I'm doing. So I'll carry on with this and I'm going to stop right here, right now. Okay. See you shortly.